So for today's video, I wanted to do a bit of horse training while I talk about the year so far on Star Stable. I've seen a couple of videos that talk about the quality of updates on SSO recently, and I would just like to give my take on it too. So let's get to it. To start off with, I want to talk about the new roadmap for July. We have another Trailblazer in the first update. Now I love the Trailblazer. I enjoy having something specific to log on for, other than just training my horses, because it'll get to a point fairly soon when I just don't have any more to train. And to be completely honest with you, I can't afford to keep buying horses all the time. It's getting quite expensive, and I absolutely have been buying way too many since I started playing. So yes, I do like a Trailblazer. I think we get some good items alongside tack and clothing, so I really can't complain. The only minor issue I see myself having with it is if it ends up getting super repetitive. I know some people sort of already feel that way because it already seems to have become sort of a default update, but I honestly don't mind right now. As long as we keep getting new items each time, I'll be happy enough. I think the set we get this time is pretty cool. Not necessarily my favourite, but it is different to what we've had so far. Then in week 2 we get the new Yorvik mountain horses. I really love a new breed, I always will. I have seen the spoilers and I am very impressed by them. I love the look of a lot of the coat colours and most of the gates look pretty good too. The only one I don't like is the trot, but I think Rocky Mountain horses are meant to move like that. But we will see properly when they come out. Now don't worry, I will be buying one and doing a review of them. Those are some of my favourite videos to film. Now I will say that SSO seems to focus a lot on bringing out new breeds, which is great because they genuinely do improve each time, but I also feel like that means they don't focus enough on new quests. Now I'm not sure if that's because they have separate teams that do the horses and the quests, but for the limited knowledge I have, it seems the quest team might be a lot smaller, which I get because new horses is how they bring in more money. But at the end of the day, it is sort of an open world story game, so I would expect more frequent quest updates, especially because there are already so many different horses in the game. Week 3's update is some new show jumping races and paddock props in the riding arena. Now I do think these could be fun. I sometimes like using props in my videos, and I am all up for new jumping races. I also do spend most of my time on the game training horses, so new races are always helpful. Then the week 4 update is a new quest in South Hoof. There isn't really much information on it at the moment. I am interested to see what they've added though. It just doesn't say if it's a main quest, so I feel like it might not progress the story much. Okay, so now to talk about all the previous updates this year. I will be so real. The only updates I remember from this year is new horses, bazaars, and trailblazers. Obviously we had the Summer Days Festival, which I spoke about in my last video. But other than that, I don't remember any quest updates or anything else, so I had to have a quick look through the roadmaps on the website. So it looks like we've had a Trailblazer every other roadmap, a bazaar every month, a new horse every month, whether that be a new breed, magic horses, or just new coat variations. We've also had, at the minimum, some small quests or races added every month, some being temporary and for events, and others being added long-term into the game. We've only had one main game quest update in this year, which is a little disappointing, but we did have the medieval area activities added, the Equestrian Festival, and the previously mentioned Summer Days Festival. Then we had some little updates to some areas of the map and some new home stable updates. Now looking at this for the last 6 months, it doesn't sound awful. I will say it's obvious they focus on horses a lot more in the game. There's always new horses to buy every month along with some discounted horses, but there has been a little bit of balance with the festivals and other activities. The fact that it seems there's only been one main quest update does not look good in a whole 6 months, considering the storyline is a massive part of the game. I will also say the Equestrian Festival was majority reused from last year's. Off the top of my head, the only new part I remember was the coat recolours and the eggs, which, I'll be real, I did not waste my time collecting. I don't remember them even being that important to collect, so not the best update there, but every quest, every race was definitely from last year. And that was the first Equestrian Festival I think I had, so there is also the possibility it was reused from previous years as well. You'll have to let me know down in the comments if you know whether it is or not. Now I know everyone plays and enjoys the game for different reasons, but a massive part of the game is the storyline, and I feel there has been nowhere near enough updates on it compared to everything else. Yes, the new activities and temporary races and activities have been alright. There is a little variety, but in a lot of cases they have felt very samey, but there has been a decent amount of them. I just don't feel like it takes away from the fact that the story has only had one update so far. Not to mention a lot of people have noticed them take out whole chunks of the old story to a point where new players are missing out on information and the story doesn't really flow that well. I understand if they want to update the story and take it in a different direction, but at this point it feels a little like they don't care that much about it in comparison to bringing out new horses. I obviously don't have a lot of experience with how the game was a few years ago, as I am a recent player, but the frustrations I've heard about it from other people are enough for me to want to talk about it as well, and everyone I've seen seems to have a similar opinion on it. I know we do have a little issue in the community where it seems like we complain about everything, but I do feel it's necessary to talk about it. If I've gotten anything wrong or missed out something, please correct me down in the comments. I would hate to be spreading misinformation. It would also be great to hear your opinions on all of this as well. Overall, I do feel like they've kept focus on the money grabbing opportunities in the game instead of furthering the story, and I feel it's a possibility that if they keep doing this, it will get to a point where people will get so fed up of it that they won't be playing hardly as much as they have been. I know personally I'm struggling to play as often as I have just because there aren't enough new things to look forward to other than spending money I don't really have for new horses. I really only train horses when I play and it's the same routine each time. I am fortunate that I have a lot of quests that I haven't done yet, but in terms of content, it is difficult to make videos that aren't just buying horses because it is the most common update we get. I just feel that it ends up being all that I talk about. Now I know I have shit on some of the updates we've had so far this year. They do feel a bit rushed. They do feel like they haven't taken as much consideration when adding new things in. Could also just be the fact that I'm an adult playing a kid's game. There is definitely the possibility of that. I do just feel like a lot of the mechanics of new things added haven't been all that great. For this reason, I have been thinking about making videos on other games just so that there is a bit more variety for you guys, but I don't know if that's something you would be interested in. Feel free to let me know in the comments. I could try other horse-related games or even games that have nothing to do with horses, whatever you guys would like to watch. I have debated Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if that's sort of been done too many times before. It is genuinely, like, probably my favorite game. And so I would love to make a video on that if you would be interested. I like playing new games and finding new games, so if you have any recommendations on any you would like me to play, please let me know down in the comments. Personally, I don't feel like I only want to play horse games, so as long as that's something you guys would also want to see, I am more than happy to try out a few different games as well. But that is the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed. Feel free to leave your opinions in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!